Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Commune, who are weirdly close to completing their legacy. The problem is, it hasn't spawned yet. So, I don't know what to do. Oh, people are talking about bloaters. Okay, so we've got some missions that are spawning. I think the first thing I actually want to do is screw around. What I'd like to do is vacuum up the remaining items that were left behind in those plague hearts that I killed last episode. We got some weird stuff going on. We got an infestation that is, I guess it's decaying, but it's got the wrong iconography on it, which is kind of weird. We've got some random missions that I guess I could try to complete while I'm waiting. The problem is, and this has been a problem with this game for a long time, most of the time everything works out fine, but the fact that the game-winning series of missions has to spawn randomly with conditions can create some problems. Because, a lot of the time your goal as a player is to win the game. And you want to, as a player, you always want to be able to drive forward your primary goal. You need to be able to make choices that lead to success. And if part of what you have to do is just wait around for a random die roll to hand you the mission that lets you pursue success, that's the source of frustration. That was a bad decision on our part. And unfortunately, the structure of the game is so bound up in that, it would be hard to extract. But it is something that we've identified as this was a problem. This is a thing we probably shouldn't do again. And so I think there's a decent chance that future games in the franchise will not make this mistake. So what we're going to be doing today is screwing around and hoping that eventually the legacy mission spawns. Right now, I don't even think the wrap-up mission in the wake of beating the Plague Hearts has played out. The thing where you go around and talk to everybody, I don't think that happened. And so I'm a little bit worried because if that hasn't, that seems like that should be something that's very easy to spawn. If that hasn't spawned, something might be deeply, deeply broken. So, wow. So, Licolicion is bragging that he's now gotten people to donate to support 3 DayZ servers under his careful watch, which is great. That's exciting. And yes, Paroxicus, I am doing, this is an early playtest Thursday. So, for those of you watching later on YouTube, there's nothing special about this particular event, but people who are watching me live, this is earlier in the day than usual. Basically, my work schedule and my family schedule worked out so that this was the best time for me to do Playtest Thursday. I just finished writing a document that other people need to read and react to before I write my next document. And so there's not a lot for me to do right now, and I've got a parent-teacher conference in the afternoon that I need to attend during the time when I would usually do Playtest Thursday. So I figured I'll just take an early lunch break, do Playtest Thursday now, wait for people to respond to my document, and then go to the parent-teacher conference later. So, okay, so we want this character to be very well prepared because it's a lethal zone. This thing fires 9 mil. I mean, sure. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's a. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I forgot. This is a sidearm. It's got a break on it. I think I'd rather still have a suppressed weapon. So let's. I haven't used this weapon much, and so I still feel like I want to use it, but I don't want to use it loud. I want to use it quiet. So let's. We got an advanced suppressor? Sure, that sounds great. And then let's get a very different kind of gun. Like a big Hank rifle or something for his backup for if he, runs into something particularly nasty. We'll put a break on that. But let's just keep the 10 bullets in this rifle because rather than carrying backup, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to vacuum up as much stuff as I possibly can. So let's keep a fairly empty inventory. Just some heals and some extra bullets for my suppressed weapon. That's it. This character is a striker, and one thing I kind of regret is the fact that we did not make the two-handed weapons, the big heavy weapons, we didn't make them care about whether you're good with blades or blunt weapons. And so actually, there's no particular reason for somebody with a striking skill to carry a blunt two-handed weapon. That doesn't help them. They need to carry a blunt one-handed weapon, like the bell club. So I'll give this guy a bell club, and that will improve his skill. It would have been... We were so tight. We were trying to do so much with the Juggernaut edition. And, you know, and I think our ambitions there were good. We crammed more into that than I actually thought was possible. But while cramming a lot of stuff into that it meant that, you know, there wasn't a lot of room for us to do extra stuff we thought of after the fact. And so after we added heavy weapons, we realized this makes more sense if a heavy weapon that is bladed uses your blade skill, and a heavy weapon that is blunt uses your striking skill. But by the time we did that, that would have been a big advancement we couldn't afford. So we couldn't ship that way. And now so much other stuff, you know, things like how bounties work and stuff like that, they're all built around that. There would be a lot of little tiny problems to solve if we made a change now. And so I think it's probably going to just stay that way. Unless somebody at Wushu really gets a bug up their butt about it, it's probably going to stay that way. But it doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel intuitive. And that's the thing you have to think about a lot when you're designing systems, is you can design a system that technically makes sense logically under the hood, but if it doesn't line up with players' instincts, then you're going to be fighting an uphill battle explaining how things work. And that is how it works, you know, with the weapon types. Like, people often just assume that because something is a heavy weapon that looks blunt, that means it counts as a blunt weapon. And that's not true. And while it's logical for a computer to look at, oh yeah, this is your weapon type, it either says heavy, blunt, or bladed. And so that means that whichever one the bounty says or whichever one the skill says, that's the one it's about. Technically, logically, that makes sense to a computer, but human beings are intuitive creatures, and we make leaps of logic, and we make assumptions, and that's fine. Your audience is humans. There's nothing wrong with people doing that. It's one of the most predictable leaps of logic for a person to make. So, yeah, sure, the system as it works is logical, but it doesn't line up with human intuition, and that's a mistake. That's a problem. And so, you know, like, human intuition it's the medium that you're molding when you're making a video game. Like the way that, you know, a sculptor works with clay, a game designer works with human intuition. And our understanding of how people intuitively interpret and solve problems, that's what we're working with when we're trying to create an experience. And so if we fail to anticipate how human intuition is going to go, that's like any artist failing to understand their own medium and using it wrong to not achieve their artistic goals. So La Coalition was reminding me to take snacks, and I am defiantly not doing that.
The infestation level is basically
Whoa.
0. Thanks for the hard work.
I actually should probably use melee a little bit more, since his character has got a melee skill that needs development. So Coalition says, it's a good thing I don't work at Wushu. I would be willing to spend weeks on some of these minor issues. Yeah, and we talked about this, I think, during an earlier episode. Like, it is, I think, a healthy game development process will involve solving a lot of big problems and a lot of small problems. And if you spend all of your time on just big problems, then you actually miss out on some opportunities to really delight people. Okay, I shouldn't be just grabbing random stuff, but this place has so much stuff in it. Okay, so I saw a bunch of zombies gathering nearby. It looks like they've kind of wandered around because they didn't find me. So I'm going to drop this stuff off in here. Did I ever build an outpost up here, or am I kind of locked in? Huh, I should have an outpost up here. What are my options? Oh, hey, there's a gun store. Is that going to be? Yeah, that's a gun store. Okay, so I could divest myself of this gun store and then grab this one. That seems like a good move. Now, what level is that gun store at? It's level 2, so, you know, it'll take me a little bit of time. But I think this is a good move. So I got the influence back, at least, so that I can spend it again.
Hell
Yay, he's so excited to get one of the most found but least used mods in the game.
no room for that.
Okay, so we're all full. So let's head over, claim that outpost. Not that far away, but I'm an American. We drive places. We drive everywhere and like to make lots of noise. That's our culture. Leave me alone. Okay, so this place looks like it is pretty much already cleaned out. So all we need to do is claim it.
Yo, the new outpost is prepped and good to go.
And then
You know, I almost hate to say it, but
let's upgrade it.
a little more work here could pay off.
And then let's drop off the stuff we don't need to carry right now. And let's go get stuff from the back of the car. Oh, La Coalición just made a suggestion that I hadn't thought about it this way, but I think he is probably 100% right. So he said, if I want to make my legacy mission pop, what I need to do is do some Trumbull missions. And I just realized he's absolutely right. And I had forgotten the reason why he was right until just now. The reason he's right is because we had a problem for a while in State of Decay 2 where you would get too many missions. We didn't have enough limits on our missions. And so players felt harried by the mission system. They felt like, well, they just constantly have new missions popping up on their map.
A lot to carry.
And they can never stay on top of all of them. And our attitude was at the beginning, we just thought, oh yeah, well, missions are just little opportunities. You don't have to pursue them. They're not important. I'm going to put this rucksack in the back here. But they're just neat little things, and you can do as many of them as you want to. But in a lot of games, that's not the case. In a lot of games, you have to do all the missions. And so players, all of their assumptions were built up around the idea that we have to do all these missions, and it was stressing them the heck out that they had so many missions. And so during a later update, we implemented some limits on missions, so that each type of mission could only have a certain number of individual missions up at any given time. And so that meant that you wouldn't have
Nothing left to find here.
your entire map screen basically just filled up with missions all the time. You'd have a selection of missions of different types sort of scattered around your map. And that works in theory, but I think one of the categories is major story missions. And so major story missions in most maps, that's just used for basically your legacy missions and your leadership missions. And other missions don't rise to that level. But in Trumbull Valley, we've got some major story missions that are not on that track. But because we need to really limit that track to keep it from just filling up with random BS in normal games, that means that there's a tight restriction on it that in Trumbull Valley means the missions that are like the local map missions can block your legacy missions. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So thank you, Coalition. I think that you're absolutely right. I'm going to keep doing the thing I'm doing for now because I've already gotten started. But yeah, you're right. I think I need to do some Trumbull Valley missions in order to make the other missions pop. The legacy missions pop. Hey there, Rabble. He says, I just ignore the missions. There's always more. Yeah, and so, power users of the game totally recognize that. They realize that missions are a dime a dozen. It's not actually super important to do them at any particular time. It's just no big deal. And so the system as it was worked great for folks like you who were able to do that. But I think that, I don't know. For instance, I have,
So beat.
for the past year, I've been tracking my my video release schedule on a spreadsheet, and I've gotten really into checking off all the boxes in that spreadsheet and having, a certain number of videos get released each day and watching sort of my spreadsheet turn from yellow to green as I take videos that I've edited and release them. And I got so into that I've actually structured this year's New Year's resolutions around that. Because I'm like, okay, I've got this habit of really loving to check off this spreadsheet. Let me use that to trick myself into doing other things that are actually more important for my life. And it's working so far. Like, I really love marking off a spreadsheet that looks like my video release spreadsheet. And it's actually motivating me to make like a couple of lifestyle changes that I tried all last year to make and could not make. And so there's actually something too, sort of relying on people's existing habits. And, and sort of playing into what they already are comfortable doing, what they already like to do. And so in the case of missions, a lot of players already really like marking off checklists, based on, other mission systems in other games. And it would be a lot smarter for us to just lean into that and make that habit be a thing that's good to do in our game. Or make a system that doesn't look like it should be triggering that habit. Because if we make a system that looks like other mission systems, but actually kind of demands that you treat it in a completely different way, that's not doing a good job of working with your intuitions as an artistic medium. Oh, where are you coming from? All right. So yeah, there's other zombies out there who see me, but I think I've got time to grab all this stuff. Oh, really? I gotta come back one more time. Okay, that says there's no more zombies around. Let's see if that's actually true. At least there's no zombies in the building. We'll drop off the heavy stuff, come back for the little stuff.
I don't know if we'll find anything here.
All right. Wait a minute. Where was the plague heart? There it is. Yay, grenade. Okay, this place is otherwise cleaned out. There might be some valuable stuff over at the power station. I've got some space in my inventory, so I might as well head over there. No, not the door. This. Caprain Jardin says that I'm starting to sound like Brian Giammi. I'm not sure which thing I said that sounded like Brian Giammi, but I'll take that as a compliment. That guy is very good at systems design. Sadly, he doesn't work for us anymore. But we very quickly corrected that because he went to work at Blizzard and then Microsoft bought Blizzard. So for a while we were not colleagues with Brian Giammi anymore, but now we are again. And like multiple people independently at Undead Labs, when Microsoft bought Blizzard, they contacted Brian Giammi specifically and said, haha, we got you back. Holy crap, what? There are so many zombies around here. What is happening? Did the feral follow me? Okay. I think not. Definitely going to get ready with the bullets. All right, let's empty out our inventory. And then grab anything from the back.
This shit is heavy.
Whenever somebody uses the word shit to mean stuff, I always want to take it extremely literally. And I'm like, wait, why are you carrying so much? Ew. Side Chat the Grey asks, do the Microsoft gaming companies talk to each other? Yeah, we do. I mean, oh no, Gargantua mutation? Definitely not fighting a Juggernaut under those conditions. They stink and drain stamina, they have better eyesight, and they deal higher damage. Great. Okay, yeah, let's just get as far away from a Juggernaut as we possibly can. Well, but there's just 3 containers over here. I mean, maybe I can get a little bit more. But yeah, so we do talk to each other. I think a recently acquired studio like Blizzard, we won't have as many relationships over there. But yeah, no, we've definitely benefited a lot from having all of these sister studios that are, that have different expertise. They've solved different problems in different ways already. We have shared technology in both directions with Obsidian and with the Coalition. And it's really nice actually to have a bunch of experts in different types of games. Yay, new outfit! In different types of games within the same umbrella, who we can sort of ask for stuff. So I think like some of the tools that we've been working on, we're trying to improve our mission tools, and we used Obsidian's missions tools as at least a reference, to sort of like see the kinds of things that are out there, what's state of the art. And Obsidian, benefited from some of our technical explorations to build sort of the network underpinnings of Grounded. And and we've also, the Coalition. The Coalition. I keep saying Coalition, of course, because that is one of my followers here, but one of my mods is named La Coalition. But the Coalition has also been very, very generous in sort of sharing their technical expertise with the Unreal Engine and some of the tools that they've built up.
I'm hoping to make a trade.
So let's see, what does this guy have? Oh, more ammo. I cannot get too much ammo. However, my backpack slot is full. So let's run back down, put this away. So, okay, that horde that was going down the road passed by while I was up there. So we're playing this smart, I think, not just rushing into random danger. Peroxicus asks, didn't you just have like a play along with another Microsoft studio when you were playing Redfall on a stream? Yeah, so we also collaborate a lot with Obsidian. Like Obsidian does a lot of charitable work. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going back to trade with these guys. Obsidian does a lot of charitable work with things like Child's Play. And so they, because we're sister studios, it's really easy for us to get in contact with each other and involve each other in that sort of thing. So yeah, so we've participated in that too.
I'm hoping to make a trade. Interested? Yeah, sure.
And so yeah, anytime we have like a question or a mystery that we need to solve. Oh, what the heck? Okay. And we know there's somebody else who's done it before under the Microsoft umbrella. Our first impulse is to see, well, can we talk to somebody from over there, find out what they did? And so, yeah, so we do that all the time. We probably should do it more. We just, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, so Caprain Jardin, when he said that I was sounding like Brian Giammi, it was when I was talking about spreadsheets. That makes a lot of sense. Whoa, wait, did I just get... I think a curveball just made that cheaper. Oh, yeah. Lower influence prices for buying stuff. Cool.
Hey, Doc, we got some unwelcome visitors. Just what the hell do you think you're doing here?
Calm down, Mickey. They might be able to help us. Come up to the station, will you? Mickey will behave himself, I promise.
Okay, so we've got a new mission. It's one of the local Trumbull Valley story missions. It's right here in this area. And I think it popped up because one of my other story missions might have expired or something. I don't know. But, nope. You stop that. All right. So let's see if this actually works. Let's see if me going and fulfilling this mission actually does open the door to my legacy missions. What I actually should probably do is call in another trader and buy a bunch of stuff. That's what I should really do. We'll see if that curveball is still active when I get done with this mission. It's right up here. So
You sure we can trust these people, Doc?
Isabella vets everyone coming into the valley. If she's not worried, we shouldn't be either.
by the way, I placed that trigger, the trigger that starts that conversation over the radio, and I had to do it a bunch of times and time it just right so that you wouldn't get here and enter the building while the dialogue was still going on. Hey there, who do I talk to?
Hello, I'm Dr. Hoffman. It's a long story, but the gist is that we're restoring a piece of highly advanced technology. This particular, device was responsible for providing resources and supplies to countless communities since the outbreak. We could use assistance with the final stages of our work.
Sure.
Agreed.
Ah.
Excellent. Mr. Wilkerson can help you get the component we need.
Hold on, why do I gotta go along?
You know this area better
I
than
should have
anyone.
turned off his dialogue.
Isabella and I need to keep
Like his dialogue interaction.
Sure, whatever. You got business with me?
Later.
Yeah, I should have turned off his dialogue interaction until it was actually time to talk to him, because that was just weird, just there.
Fine. The place we're headed is down south. I'll mark it on your map.
I love that the phrase "I'll mark it on your map" has just become such a common thing for people to say in video games. Okay, so it's all the way down there, and that means right. Okay, cool. Whoa, wait a minute. La Coalición has put up a bunch of shields. Does that mean we're getting raided? Who's raiding us? Oh, wait, is it Magic Man? Hey, Magic Man 79. Hi, thank you for raiding. Sorry, I was kind of in my own world for just a second there. Or, like, all the time. But it's good to have you here, you and all your people. Hi, Angel Eyes and B-Downs.
Dr. Hoffman been working together.
A while now.
Isabella she mentioned.
So, we've got characters talking and stuff. I don't know how easy I am to hear right now. But
With the doc.
what we're doing
Showed up one day at the ranger
is trying to do some Trumbull Valley missions so that our legacy missions will pop.
Cleo this, Cleo that. Don't know when to shut up.
Gotcha.
And we're trying to get out of here because this place is completely infested with nasties.
So we don't die of starvation here. When you find us dead and shambling on the road, just put us out of our misery, okay?
We got some regular missions that are sad I'm not doing them.
Exactly are we looking for anyway?
Some kind of computer doohickey. Isby says they need it for the downloader.
Download. Download of what?
Well, I look like a computer nerd to you. Isby and the doc say it's important, so we're getting it. Anyway.
They aren't the boss of us. Let's just not worry about it.
So I I think it was a good move to make Mickey sort of your guide for this mission. That was a decision that I didn't make.
There. Found this big warehouse with a bunch of stuff that looks like junk.
Because one of the ways that you can really get yourself in trouble when writing game dialogue is like if you're not an expert on something, you can just write dialogue that sounds like you don't know what you're talking about. Like if you're talking about the details of computers, which, you know, even game writers don't know a lot about. It's helpful to write it from the point of view of a character who doesn't know anything either. So then everything you write is correct and in character. And you don't end up trying to write a hacker who speaks like a game writer instead of speaking like a hacker, because a real hacker would know a lot more about their area of expertise than a game writer would.
The army used to be set up here, but they're all gone
this whole valley like the back of my hand.
All right, I'm trying to remember the best place to stop. I think it might be here.
Doc was right to send us both. That's a lot of zombies. Now don't you wuss out on me. We find this doohickey and kill him. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, before we do that, though,
Feel free to kick some zombie ass while we're in there.
I'm going to secure our escape. By fixing up the car. All right. He says there's a lot of zombies here. We'll see if that's true. Oh wait, I'm getting some outside. Okay, yeah, there's at least a bloater in here. Maybe I should have brought some fire. I should have brought fire. What am I thinking? Hold on, hold on. Let's not do this yet. Let's not do this. No. No. Mickey, come back. I'm going to at least hit up an outpost and grab some fire. Because that's a number of zombies I don't want to have to manually kill in the lethal zone. Wait, he stopped following me. What? Why did he do that? Why would he stop following me? That's weird. Do we have... Are we making some assumptions that the player will not leave that building without having completed the mission? So I realize you probably didn't see the message because it was probably behind my head. But yeah, I got a message that said that Mickey Wilkerson had left. That he's no longer my follower. Okay, I guess I could use some pipe bombs, but what I really want is some fire. So let's see. I got 18 fuel, 6 fuel bombs. Okay. And actually, while I'm at it, might as well snack it up. So there we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, so Round of the Court says if you go near the factory, Mickey will stay at the factory. But if you avoid the factory, he'll stay with you. So it looks like he probably ran back to the factory just now on his own. I'm surprised he got in the car, though. That's odd. Like, because whatever triggers him to stay at the factory should have already happened by then. So yeah, I've got no idea where Mickey is. Hopefully it won't cause too big of a... Oh, wait, wait. But he's about to get bloated? I think he just... Okay. Oh, everybody's inside now, huh? Where's Mickey going now? Oh, he just flanked the zombies for some reason. Okay. Cool, I guess. Let's come over here. Find the doohickey. I ended up not needing the fire after all. Mostly because the zombies that I thought I need the fire for despawned while I was gone.
Yo, Mickey, I think I found it. Great. Hand it on over. We can call this job done.
Here you go.
Yeah, this looks like what the doc wanted. A lot of trouble for one little doohickey. Well, I better get this back to the nerds. Thanks for the help. You were actually pretty good in there.
Well, thanks.
Here's a little something for your trouble. So, don't get killed out there, okay? Doc might need your help again.
I'm out.
All right, so he gave me the advice not to get killed out there. And La Coalición is running a bet right now where people get to bet whether or not they think I'm going to get killed, if they think I'm going to get a car destroyed, or they think I'm going to get fully infected. So far, it seems like none of those are in the cards. Okay. I guess I'll search this, because why not?
Okay, then.
Yay parts. Okay, so I completed that goal, but still no legacy mission.
I'm on the way now.
Gracias, amigos.
So I guess we'll go and see what the Garfunkels want. Ha! Didn't actually want to hit that many zombies with my cart. Wait, that's a bloater over there, isn't it? Ah! Ah! Oh, it's on the ground. Okay, okay. No. We're not leaving this guy here. So Lyrical Les is reminding me that I probably should have knocked on wood when I said that it didn't seem like anything bad was about to happen. Yeah, we'll see if that curses me. There sure are a lot of zombies on my minimap. Oh, did Mickey give me some of his special Mickey explosives? He did. Wilkerson Special Reserve. Okay, well, hey. We've got some zombies over here. Let's give this stuff a try. See a bigger explosion. Oh, get off me. Wait, how are there still so many screamers? I thought I had hit the screamers with preserve. Or whatever it's called, with reserve. Alright, well. Guess we gotta do it the hard way. It looks like we've got, yeah, zombies hiding in the bushes. Yeah, everybody catch on fire. Haha. You too. Haha. All right. Well, we survived that. Fewer zombies are on my base. Call that a victory. A little bit wasteful. Still call it a victory. And my character's getting tired. So, I guess it's probably time to wrap up this episode. Ambient goals. Those should not block a legacy. So, story goals, you expect that. Ambient goals, that shouldn't be happening. So, I don't know. I guess we'll try a little bit more of this and see what happens, but we'll do it in the next episode. Because my character's tired, we got to switch things up and get out of here. Let me catch up with the chat real quick, see if there's anything I missed here. Oh, Peroxicus is asking, how do I get one of those birthday cake machines? So there's a mod in the game that lets you make the anniversary cake, which is an explosive that attracts zombies and then sets them on fire. That I believe is part of the anniversary pack. It's a bounty reward. So whenever the anniversary pack comes around, which I think that comes around in like May or June, because that's when the anniversary of our franchise is. Both State of Decay games came out around that time. Once that comes out, one of the bounties on there will give you the anniversary cake oven, I believe. Okay, it looks like none of the above did win La Coalición's bet, but unfortunately nobody voted for none of the above, and so everyone's channel points are being refunded. The one person who's basically bet 10,000 points that I was going to die, didn't have that payoff. So there we go. So yeah, that is a summertime pack. So you got to wait a little bit for it, but I mean, it's already January, right? I mean, summer's only 6 months away. We're fine. So Ranithcord says, in the past on Trumbull Valley, I've cleared all current missions and restarted the game multiple times. I figure that queued up story missions can also block legacy missions. Either that or Trumbull Valley just breaks the legacy spawning in some other way. It looks like I'm dealing with that problem now. So yeah, so that is possible that I'm not sure exactly how the sort of queuing up and reserving space works when it comes to mission limitations. It could be that if there is an arc in place, which is like a strung together series of missions that are like aware of each other, I could see that blocking it. Except, so we treat legacies like arcs. I don't think the Trumbull Valley missions are formally arcs, though. I think we used arcs for a certain thing in the randomly generated missions, but they actually were more of a headache than they were worth when it came to more locked down story missions. And so I think we didn't use them for the Trumbull Valley mission, so that shouldn't be it. So I mean, maybe if there are missions that have already spawned that have then gone away and are sort of waiting in the wings to come back, maybe they can fill up the queue. So because for instance, I've listened to the beginning of Tressy's mission so many times, but never pursued it. Maybe Tressy's mission still exists in some place in the game's brain that means it can block legacy missions. And I have to wait for Tressy's stuff to show up. So maybe that should be my goal. So next session, I'm going to drive into Marshall, and I'm going to try to do that one mission that's already there just because it's there. But then I'll probably go and see if I can trigger Tressy's mission. That's a little bit of a harder mission, so it might get me killed. But maybe if I do that one, things will clear out. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, okay, it is time to wrap this up. So there's a subscribe button and links to other videos. I've got some time. I think I'll actually just move on to that next session right now. So that's going to go there when it's ready. And I'll see you all in a moment.